memorize the sound of your footsteps, like they were meant to come home. I learned the shape of your silence when you start picking up the phone. You said forever so easily, like it didn't weigh a thing. But I carried every promise till it broke me from within. I kept the door unlocked in case you changed your mind. You kept moving forward while I stayed frozen in time. I loved you longer than you stayed, held on after you let go. I kept believing you'd come back, even when my heart already knew you left before the love ran out, before I learned to walk away. I loved you longer than you stayed. I replayed us in empty rooms, like memories could keep you near. I smiled when people said your name, then cried when no one else was here. You found a life without my voice. I learned how quiet love can be. I begged the night for closure, but it never answered me. I blame myself for everything, for loving you too deep. But you don't stay where you belong if your heart's already freed. I loved you longer than you stayed, held on after you let go. I built a home around your absence and learned to live alone. You left before the love ran out, before I learned to walk away. I loved you longer than you stayed. If love was all it took, you never would have gone. But love can't make you choose me if your heart's already gone. I loved you longer than you stayed, and maybe that's my shame. But I loved you honestly, even when it broke me every day. I loved you longer than you stayed. We didn't end loud. There were no screams, just long pauses and unfinished dreams. Your hand in mine fell farther away. Every I love you sounded forced to say. You stopped asking how I was, I stopped asking you to stay. We both felt it slipping, but we're too scared to say. We didn't end loud, we faded instead, like love growing tired of living in our heads. No slam doors, no goodbye speech, just two hearts drifting out of reach. I noticed you walked in the room. You said you were tired, but I knew it wasn't true. I tried to be softer, tried to be more, but you were already halfway out the door. I kept fixing cracks, you kept letting go. Sometimes love ends before you know. We didn't end loud, no dramatic scene, just silence replacing what we used to mean. No final words, no tears to defend, just love growing quieter until it ends. I wonder if you miss me, or if I'm easy to forget, if the love we had still lives in your regrets. We didn't end loud, but it still hurts the same, because quiet heartbreak leaves the deepest pain. I stayed in the places we used to be, sat with the memories you left in me. I slept on my side of the bed we shared, like loving you alone was somehow fair. You packed your things, I packed the pain. You found your freedom, I stayed the same. I stayed when you left, held on when you ran. I loved you in ways you couldn't understand. You found a new life, I stayed with the end. I stayed when you nearly broke me. I defended your name when people asked why. I said you were lost, I said you tried. I lied to myself to make it feel right, because losing you slowly felt better than goodbye. I blame my heart for feeling too much, but loving you deeply was never a flaw. I stayed when you left, believed you'd return, but love doesn't grow where it's never learned. You chose yourself, I chose to wait. I stayed when you left, and learned too late. One day I'll forgive myself for loving you that way, for thinking staying would make you